And all of a sudden, there was darkness fell across the land. If you know what I'm talking about, it's a it's a reference. It's a reference to look at my shirt. Usually, my wife checks my clothes, but she didn't today. What is that thing? What is that? It's over here. Look at that. Look at that. How'd you let me go on like that? In front of my friends, I'm looking like, all right, I was working today. This isn't lunch on my. This
working on feeding your face.
Hey. I'm talking to my friends. Can you give me a second? It's Hola, ¿qué pasa? ¿Dónde está, amigo? All right, it's all the Spanish I know, except for the curse words. There you go. Drinking out of a straw, look like a fat kid at the zoo, because there's no way to drink out of a straw and not look like a fat kid at the zoo with suspenders over near the giraffes. Not that that's ever happened to me before. We got stuff, man. We got stuff to talk about. There's other than my dirty shirt. Yeah. If I had a sticker, I'd put it over. Oh, you know what? Look at this. Look what is right here. We can burn up. Look at that. You know what? You should be thankful right now. All of you should almost be in tears that you have such a gifted and talented and trained broadcast professional who can't fucking peel a goddamn sticker to save his life. Come on, you piece of shit. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Now it's folding over. Yeah, this would be a great 2-minute drill.
Here.
The general gets fucked by a sticker. Stand by. No, I got an answer for this. When your queen fails us, when your queen lets us all down, when your queen misses the mark, I got it for you. All right. So we take this and we go here. Look at it. Boom, boom, boom. Problem solved. I am now a hero and contributor to the program. That's right. No more staying true. Look at that. Glorious, is it not? Yes, it is. All right. So we do have stuff. There's things going on. I wanted to tell you guys some things. It is not, I got some stuff to show you. I want to talk about your hero, Briggs, Gen Z kid, for a second here. We'll get in his ongoing struggles to become a grown-up. We're talking about his truck. All right. Now, a lot of you guys know that I had a Dodge Daytona, a numbered truck. I love my Dodge. I wasn't ever going to get rid of it. I was going to die driving. I was going to be that old guy with the orange Daytona truck. And you remember that guy in our neighborhood, that old guy, that big old fat white guy with the beard, the Gandalf beard? Remember him? And he drove that old Dodge truck till the day he died. That thing must have been 60 years old. That was going to be me. Yeah. And then it didn't. It turned out to not be me because my son bought the truck from me and put it back together. Now, it was making a noise. The engine was making a noise. It was making kind of a bearing noise. And I told the kid, I said, you drove by. I said, I could hear it like a belt or a bearing noise, a little idler pulley or a tensioner, but something was, alternator bearing noise. I could hear it at the front. And he goes, it's fine. You don't hear anything. I'm like, oh, okay, I've only been working on cars for 40 years. What do I know? And so he drives it all the way to Oregon and back. And when he gets back, it's 10 times louder. And I said, you've got something going on under that hood. He goes, you're hearing things. I said, yes, I am. I'm hearing a bearing fail. So he keeps not doing it. He keeps not worrying about it. So the other day, I demanded he open the hood. I said, just open the fucking hood. Get me your keys. I want to tell you, you guys don't have to know a lot about automotive just to understand what I'm talking about. This will be part of the drag and drop section of the program. So you can see the big rusty thing right on the center. This is an air conditioning compressor, extremely similar to the one that's on his vehicle right now. Not too distant of a cousin to it, but you can see the rusty front part of that hub where the belt goes. You see all little lines there. That's where the belt rides on there. So I took off the belt and I grabbed that part of it and it just about fell off in my hand. The only thing keeping it in place is the belt pushing down on it. I think if I'd have pulled hard enough on it, it would have popped right off. And I said, well, there's your problem. And his eyes, because even he could see, ooh, that ain't right. That's not well. I put it back together. I said, you'll probably be just fine. Now, the only problem is that whenever his shit breaks down, because of your queen, because of his mother, because of Jennick's mom, your queen of all queens, he's on my AAA membership. So guess what? Guess who uses up every free tow every single year? Yeah, not me. Him. So he's on the program. So if he gets stuck, he'd call AAA again, and then he'd want to get it fixed. The problem is he doesn't have any money. He doesn't have any money to get it fixed. No. He's in that motive, and I said, you need to move out. June 1st, I said, you got to get out of here. And he said, it's okay, I'm already planning on moving out. I got apartments lined up. I've already turned in applications, and he did. By the time I got and said, look, you're going to have to go because this isn't working for me. There is stuff around here that we are clashing. You got to go. And he'd already been, I got it, Dad. I'm planning on moving out. All of it fell through. Every bit of it. He couldn't get it, wouldn't work. And what he did eventually get really close to getting, it was going to cost him probably $2,500 a month in rent and utilities and, and car insurance and we did the budget for him, and he would have just barely been getting by. And I said, and once you're in that apartment, you're alone. You have no furniture, barely any anything. And you're by yourself all day, all night when you're home. You're not here. You don't have your dog. You don't have Mom and I. So he really struggled with that until he just like, okay, I'll pay rent. He didn't pay rent before because the rule in my house is if you're carrying 12 units in college and you're passing those classes with C's or better, not D's. No. My kids tried that. Well, the state of California says D is passing. I said, well, the general's house, D is not passing. C is passing. He did get all C's. He pulled his credits. He carried the load. He did a good job. So this summer, he's like, never mind. I can't do this. I'm just going to pay the money. So he pays the money, and then he owes for other stuff that he's screwed up on, and he had to pay the piper. So now he's realizing he's out of money, but everything was okay until his truck broke. And you guys remember 8-bit? How many of you guys remember 8-bit? How many of you guys go back far enough in Gen X Talks lore to remember 8-bit? 8-bit was his first car. He got it from his grandmother, my mother-in-law, who was a 1991 Toyota Camry, very boxy looking. And when he looked at it, he goes, "This is a square car. It looks like a box. It looks like Minecraft. Like you could build one of these in Minecraft out of blocks. This is old 8-bit graphics. This isn't even modern graphics." So he called it 8-bit. That's his spare car. Now, back when he had money, I said, you got a couple bucks, let's fix up 8-bit. We got one problem solved. Let's solve the other one. Well, the only reason he was okay with solving the one problem, I paid for the parts. When it came time for him to pay for the second part, he didn't want to do it. So now his backup car is just sitting in the cul-de-sac, not moving. When his truck is now broke down, he can't even go to his backup car. He tried to use my backup car. I said, oh, no. That's mine, and you ran mine into the ground when you borrowed it before. We're done with that. I just got it back up to where it's reliable. It sits in the driveway for when I need it. You're not using it. So now he's struggling with all this, and he's just, God, I don't have air conditioning, and now I can't drive it, and I need money, but I got to have money to go to the work to get the thing. So yes, he's coming across problems, and that air conditioning compressor of his is almost $400, and here was the funny part. So he starts doing his little research on Reddit, on YouTube about how to change this out and how to do this. So what do you have to do? And he's like, hey, Dad, do we know someone? Because it says I don't have to buy the whole compressor. I could just buy the part that's broken, but it requires some very special tools to remove this clutch. And so I went in the garage and I came back with the box and held it up. And he goes, yeah, that's the one that they were all talking about, Dad. That's on the videos. They got that. I said, of course I got it. He says, okay, but now we need we got to have a tool to pull out all the old Freon. And then when we put everything back together to pull a vacuum, he goes, do we have one of those? And I go, what's that right over there? It's a roll around big, 3-foot tall AC machine. I got 2 of them here. He goes, you got one? He goes, that's great. And so he goes through all this stuff. He's trying to figure out how to do all this. And now that he knows I got all the tools, I said, now you just have to find a guy that's willing to help you use those tools to get it done. And he looks at me and he's like, well, Dad, you're right here. And I said, let me help you out with something, son. And this is a real talk I had with him, so pay attention. You see, one of the problems I have with him being here this last year is he doesn't give his all. And I'm just going to make it simple. You tell him to go pick up all the dog shit in the backyard, he gets most of it. I'm like, why didn't you just finish the job? When I say, hey, the tarp is coming, the car cover's coming off mom's old BMW on the side of the house, pull the car cover down and get it tight. Nah, he kind of does it. He doesn't put forth his best effort on anything. He misses stuff. Hey, mom wants you to empty all the trash in the house for it's trash day. Can you get it out? So he misses the one in the bathroom. He misses the one in the garage. Nah, he got close enough. And I told him, I said, you're making me angry because you do this for a year and you will not put forth 100% effort. So now you're coming to me. And I reminded him of all this. I'm telling you the background, but I reminded him. I said, now you're coming to me and you want my help. Okay. I'm going to give you the same amount. I'm almost going to get your air conditioning compressor installed correctly. I'm almost going to put all the bolts where they need to be. I said, I'll do things for you the exact way you've done them for me. Let's see how you like it. He didn't like that. And you get the same speech from your kids when you dump that on them. They always come back and say, "Well, you're the responsible adult here. Okay, you're the adult. I'm still figuring this stuff out, man. You're the responsible one. You're supposed to do these things correctly." Yeah, well, at 19 years old, which he almost is, he's supposed to be able to pick up dog shit. Yeah, he's supposed to be able to dump all the trash in the house. He can't hide behind, I know I fuck up, but Dad, you have to do things right. That's just how you do things. Yeah, so now he's learning. I said, I promise you, I am going to do things for you exactly how you do things for Mom and I. 100%. And unless you're smart enough to figure out how I'm skipping and changing course, you're just going to have to accept it and deal with the consequences. Just like when Mom goes out there and she pulls a wagon to her garden, she runs over dog shit because you left some. Now that's a consequence we suffer because you're stupid and lazy. Now you're going to suffer because I'm going to be intentionally lazy. This is where we are right at this very moment. He needed a ride across town. I told him, yeah, here's your ride. His mother drove him. She did. She drove. She goes, I'll drop you off. It's what I do as a mom. She dropped him off. But he's in a quandary right now. He doesn't know what to do. So just so you guys know, he's trying to figure this stuff out. But the entire lesson, the entire time is get your shit done. Do it correctly. Do it early. Do it on time. Let's go. And then people around you will begin to do stuff for you also at the same level. It's man stuff. And it maybe, I guess everyone who's older like me would understand this, but certainly men will, of all ages. You know that how you participate with someone else is how they're going to participate with you. Generally speaking, if you help a guy move, if you called me to come help you move on a Saturday, I show up with a pickup truck. I show up with two of my sons. I show up with all of us with gloves. Work gloves, right? Tie down straps. If I got a trailer, I bring my trailer and I bring water. We're ready to go. Okay. I don't just show up 3 hours late and then sit in the kitchen with the women and drink iced tea and lemonade and watch all the, no. Because I don't, when it's time for someone to come help me, I want the same effort. I think you guys understand that a little bit. I think you guys would get that. Certainly the men would, because that's a big thing for guys doing that same thing. I think we would all agree there's a premise for that. So just so you guys know, that was super funny to show you. Yeah, the kid's air conditioning compressor hanging on by a thread, baby. Literally the pressure of the belt is the only thing holding it down. Gen X Mom, the lovely queen has arrived in studio.
Hello, everyone.
How can we help you between the sheets today,
Oh, is it my turn?
It is your turn.
All right. Shush gave $10. 6 o'clock already. I was just in the middle of a dream.
Oh, see, Shush got the reference. Shush got the title of the show.
Yes. Bottom of the glass, baby. Can't stay in the chat, but we love you all. Bus is out of service for the night. Loud one is pissed.
Well...
Talking about Gen Z's truck, and now the bus is broke.
Now the bus is broke. God damn it.
Ren B, beautiful disaster on Facebook. Missed y'all lots and sending so much love to the handsomest general and the beautifully stunning Gen X mom from this Oklahoma girl.
Now, who said that?
Ren, beautiful disaster.
Beautiful disaster.
Laszlo, the instigator.
Laszlo, that's the name the guy chose? He chose Laszlo, the instigator. Okay.
$5. I am a A&P mechanic, and I know when mechanical shenanigans are afoot. Learn to be mechanical.
strange things are afoot at the Circle K, my friends. He's right. You, as a mechanic, you know when there's something going on. You can tell when somebody's bullshitting you or when things aren't right. You get that vibe. You know what the best one is, and this guy would probably go along with it. What was the name again?
Sorry, I just went off on something else. Laszlo the Instant.
Laszlo, he'd probably go with this. Isn't it funny when you get new guys that come to work and they do a big job? They'll do a cylinder head gasket or replace an engine or do something where a lot of things come apart, go back together, and then on their roll around cart, when the job's done, the engine's warming up, they're getting ready to go test drive this vehicle, and there's 13 nuts and bolts left over on their tray. And the mechanics have an answer for that. It's like, cars come with extra nuts and bolts. It's fine. They come with extra parts. It's overkill. It's just overkill. I'm reducing the weight of the vehicle for fuel economy. It's overkill what they do. Totally unnecessary to have all those bolts in the frame, to the car. It's totally unnecessary. Guys do that.
All right. The man they call Jay, member for 24 months. Oh, I do. Back in the day, 8-Bit had a goat in it.
That's right. There was pictures of a goat. Buford was in. He's right. Buford was in. He pushed him in the back seat of that car and drove him to his training. You had some cars out here with dogs sticking their head out the window. He had a goat sticking his head out the back window of.
But here where we live, that's not.
That's kind of normal. That might not.
John Morgan, $10. In 2 days, it's 80 years ago that kids, a ZEO's age, were storming the beaches of Normandy. Should put things in perspective.
Yeah. Can you believe that? 80 years ago, a couple of days from now on the 6th, it's your birthday, kids that were exactly Briggs' age had some training, and they had their gear and their rifle, and they were told go, and they went. And they didn't stop. And they were scared. Everybody says, oh, well, they were scared to death. Everybody was. And they kept going anyway. That's more impressive than saying, well, none of these kids were afraid. They were trained American and they knew they were doing, so they just charged forward. No, they were scared shitless. And they went anyway. It's a big difference there. So,
I got one more. Sean MacArthur on Facebook. Stars for the king and queen of the Gen X nation, bottom of the glass.
Thank you very much.
200 stars from Sean MacArthur.
Sean takes care of us over there. Look at the jar. Not a lot of Facebook representation in the jar today.
What's Sammy doing over there?
I don't know. She hasn't rallied her troops because there are a lot of look in the jar. Look right here in this jar.
A lot of Mrs. Ford's peaches.
Perfectly ass-shaped peaches. In the shape of Mrs. Ford Watton. We actually did a plaster cast of her ass, and then we had it rendered into these peaches, and it's filling up the jar. Facebook representation, not so much. All right, where was I? I had stuff to say, ladies and gentlemen. I had things to cover here. Oh, boom, 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 boom. No, I didn't want to do that. That was the wrong button to push. Boom. Whoa, easy, Haas. Now I've screwed everything up. Let's try that again. Let's get this to come back to reality a little bit. There we go.
Wow.
Whoa.
This is broadcast professional here.
Well, they can't see it. Just on my end, it's all wackadoodle. All right. So you guys know that we've hidden the gold coins, and more coins went out today. In fact, how many coins went out today total? 10.
4 to the East Coast, 5 to the Midwest. 6 to the Midwest.
Yeah. I don't. What coins did you said 10? Let's hold you to that number. I think you did send 6 to Oklahoma to send out
to the Midwest.
Give me the coin numbers you sent to back east to get distributed.
Oh my gosh.
31, 32, 33, 34, and 35.
Oh, maybe it's no.
Maybe it's 11. Yeah, because I knew her math. Ladies and gentlemen,
I didn't know I was going to be called out on the live stream that I had to give it.
I told you to send 6 and 4. And ladies and gentlemen, your queen, the person you hold in such high regard, math is a problem. That's right. Basic math is a problem. True story. All right. So the coins went out, and one of them was found. We got a little picture for you here. It's on the website. People have been getting some hits checking that out. And it was found. Coin 17 was found in Eugene, Oregon. I'll tell you, this was a tough one to find with the clues. Because without getting too into it, if you solved the clues to the final clue, you still had 65 choices of where this could be. Let's just say 65 restaurants. But on the sign, one of the clues at the bottom of the city sign, there is a city ordinance. And if you type that ordinance into your computer, in all the different, counties and cities in Oregon, they came up with, cows, and they came up with, thing about delivering the mail. One city came up with a parking ordinance, and being the sign was a parking sign in a parking lot, now you knew what town it was in because of the sign. If you went that far and you looked it up, then you could go figure out. Now you narrowed it down from 65 to 2 or 3, and they found it. The gold coin was glued behind a sign in the parking lot. Do you know what the Gen X mom? You know what the other funny part about this one was that when you figured out of these 65 places, these 65 restaurants, okay, it's a sign in the parking lot of one of these restaurants. Everybody went to Google Maps. And they got a street view, and they're looking for the sign. Well, it's not this one. I'm looking in the parking lot. I don't see the sign. They went on to the next one, the next one, the next one. But this particular sign was put in after Google updated their software. So this sign was not on Google Maps yet. It'll probably be on the next version of Google Maps when Google Maps updates again. But it wasn't on this one, so a lot of people quit because they couldn't figure it out. So I'm not sure how Nick and Melissa Reese, I think that's how you say the name, Reese, figured it out. But they did. They drove all the way. They got there. They figured out the clues, and they solved it. They're on the list, and it's a great thing. Once all the coins are found, then everybody who has a gold coin will receive their prizes, their money, their gifts, their swag, as I'm not allowed to say anymore, their merch. And then everybody who has a gold coin, and only the people that have gold coins, can compete in the final round, which is really going to be a lot of fun. So thank you guys, Nick and Melissa, for putting forth the hard work to find the gold coin. On the board, I still think there's 2 that have not been found, and there's 10 or 11 going out in the next week. But right now there's still 2
in the mail right now.
I think you guys can find those. I think moderators should have been putting up the link directly to the page. Moderators can put up the link directly to the page. It's on genxtalks.com. Look for Let the Hunt Begin, and then it shows you. If it's got a picture of the winner, can't find those anymore. But if it has the clues and you solve the clues, you email, and we send you the next clue. That's how that works, and it's a lot of fun.
Sammy Joe just sent me a message for you.
Yeah.
You were not happy with the amount of Facebook likes in the jar, so you got rid of the option, and now you're upset that there isn't enough generals?
Well, the problem is that on Facebook likes, you can just sit there and keep hitting the like button, and it fills the jar unfairly. YouTube can only fill this jar over here. Let me switch screens for you. YouTube can only fill this jar with a $2 donation or above a $5 donation. So we switched it to make it fair for Facebook. Facebook can fill if you follow, if you're a new follower, you can do it, or if you donate of like 200 or 400 stars or 500 stars. That's how you feel. You can't just sit there and like. We win. We're Facebook. No, that wasn't fair. So now YouTube is playing it straight up, and YouTube is kicking your ass. End of story. All right, where was I? Boom, 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 boom. So Sammy Joe can suck it. Sammy Joe's on staff here. We love Sammy Joe, but she's in charge of Facebook, and she's failing. Did you notice that? She's failing miserably.
Don't talk about Sammy Joe like that.
Okay, don't start defending staff. This is my parental authority.
She's working 2 pages at one time.
The only thing Sammy Joe is working on is my last nerve, and I think we should be clear on that.
Man, you called me out. Now you're just pointing fingers at me. I don't think you're going to get dinner tonight.
Well, first you'd have to know who's bringing me dinner. Then you'd have to stop them. That was an old joke with my wife when she'd get really mad. She'd get all pissed off. She goes, "That's it. I'm cutting you off from sex." And I'd look at her and go, I didn't even know you knew where I was getting it, let alone cut me off. Wow, that was some power back in the day. All right. So where was I? I told you guys there's some fun stuff going on here. We got some news to get by. We got some news because my sister-in-law, the lovely saint of the Nevada desert, as she is known in her proximity. I like this one. I didn't even write down the caption on it. Can you see that? Biden is now securing the border. Why? Well, it's an election year. And Here's the statement from Biden. I'm just going to bypass the Republican obstruction and get this done. Okay, let's simplify this. I know you heard it all today, 10 different ways. Let's just simplify it. Why didn't he do it in the last 3 years? If it was possible to use an executive order to do some good, why not do it? Okay. Then you're going to hear a bunch of stuff on it's still catch and release and you can grab them, but Venezuela doesn't want them back and Mexico doesn't want them, blah, 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 blah. I thought the funniest part, I thought the craziest, dumbest part of this thing, which made it so laughable. There was even I saw an NBC guy on there. He's a pundit on NBC, a contributor. He's going, "This is the dumbest thing ever." And he just signs an executive order saying a bunch of stuff, and none of it's true. But here's one thing that was written in there right in the beginning, because I did get to go through some of it. Ready? The problem at the border, as Biden says, is that there's 4,000, 5,000, 8,000 people coming through a day. We can't have that. It says in his executive order, cutting it off at 2,500. Are you with me? That means, pay attention, that means the Border Patrol is going to stand there in the morning. Okay, 6 o'clock, let's open the gates. The illegals get in line. All right, ready? 1, you go over there. 2, 3, 4, family 5, 9, 10, and they're going to count. And they're going to count until they get to 2,500. 2,498, 2,499, 2,500. Okay, stop, buddy. No, I'm sorry, you can't come in. Tomorrow you can be first in line, but that's it. We have just now intentionally let in 2,500 illegals, and away you go. They're going to have they're going to have people counting. And if it's, now, here's the dumbest part. Ready? As if that wasn't stupid enough. As if that wasn't the dumbest thing that liberal Democrats have come up with in years, which is making you guys look like the laughing stock of the goddamn planet, you jackasses. Listen to this. They're going to stop people at 2,500 on the border. Well, how do you know? Some are coming in California near San Diego. Some are coming in Arizona, some New Mexico, some Texas. How do you... Is there like a national? Is there an official person pressing a button? Is there a national?
They're going to put a turnstile in.
Well, there's got to be a counter. How do you know?
A turnstile with the counter.
You don't get 25 at your place.
Yeah, I understand.
So the turnstile is going to have to go to some big number in the sky.
Yeah.
And everyone from Texas to San Diego is going to be looking and say, okay, hold on.
That's what's going to be.
Oh God, we can't let any more in. San Diego just let in 300. That puts us at 25. They're going to have to do the math live to make sure that border, the entire border crossing, and then you got Border Patrol in Canada going, well, does that count for us too? Do we get any say in that? No. Sorry, this 2,500 is just and I like an executive order. The best part about this is the first time in my life that I can recall an executive order that allows a crime to happen.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to allow 2,500 criminals to conduct an illegal activity. Biden says, I'm going to allow 2,500 crimes against the United States, and then I'm stopping it. Not one fucking more crime. No, I stop there. I'm letting in 2,500 people on purpose committing a crime that could potentially bring drugs, crime, a violent crime, rape, murders, robberies, but just 2,500 of them. You guys can deal with 2,500, right? And we're good? That was what went through my brain. Now, maybe I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. Maybe I don't get this stuff. But you just signed an executive order okaying 2,500 crimes, okaying 2,500 criminals. Now, no one has said this anywhere on the news that I've read anywhere. I've not listened to it. I've not heard it. I've not read it. Pay attention to this. One last thing. What if a guy comes across and robs a 7-Eleven, rams a stolen car into a station wagon, and kills some of the family, goes to court, and they're like, well, dude, you're illegal. That's the first thing. Why couldn't he stand up in court and go, whoa, I had permission. I was one of the 2,500. Joe Biden gave me permission to be here, so fuck you guys. Has anybody else said that before? Have you guys heard that anywhere? No, you haven't. You know why? Because you don't hear people on the news reporting the news, thinking about the news the way a drunk Generation X guy would approach a story like that. You have to be a certain caliber, certain laps around the sun, sticking to an alcohol regimen that allows you to solve the world's problems. Remember that may get out. There might be some people going, "Oh shit, I could do that tomorrow on my show." Jesse Waters, you steal my shit. It's okay, man. I love you. You can write that down. Use it tomorrow. Dan Bongino, I love you too, man. One of the greatest. I dig his podcast stuff. Dan can come out and say, "What if tomorrow they say I'm allowed to be here? I got permission." Would that not be true? Let's see if that word spreads out. Show prep for everyone else tomorrow. You're welcome, America. And Larry from Denmark. We'll cover him too. Here's one for you. It's kind of controversial. Gen X Mom wants your opinion on this because it's a woman who was involved in the story. It came out today, so you guys have probably seen it on the news. I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents on it. It was about the rudeness of if you return your cart. When you go grocery shopping, you go to Sam's Club, you go to Costco, you go to Walmart, wherever you go, do you return the cart? Yes or no?
I do, yes.
Okay.
And I don't just leave it in the parking lot. I return it all the way back to the store.
Okay. So what this woman said, and everyone was against her. Maybe I didn't hear enough of the story, but I watched the video of her, and she said, I load my kids in the car. She got 3 or 4 kids. She said, I load all my groceries in the car. She goes, I am not walking across the parking lot, leaving my groceries and my kids in the car to return a cart. I'm not doing it. Every news anchor, CNN, Fox News, everybody was against her. Laura, on her show, she had one of her regular guys on, I can't remember his name, and he was like, there's something's wrong with this woman, and she's horrible. And I went, I don't know, man. How do you feel about that circumstance, Gen X Mom?
So she didn't return because she put her groceries. They have those cart return things like 2 or 3 or 5 cars over or whatever.
I'm just telling you what she said.
That?
She said no. She goes, I'm not leaving my kids and my groceries in the car. Now,
then take your kids with you.
Drag 3 kids across the parking lot and then drag them back. That's what you'd say?
Yeah.
Over a cart?
She could put them in the cart going there and then take them back. Why not?
Well, I guess you could. I wouldn't. I'm on her side. I'd be like, you know what? When I've got this many kids and this many groceries, somebody can come fucking get the cart wherever I leave it in the parking lot.
Depends on how old her kid is, too, because I'd make my kid do it.
Now, also, what I do, and you could vouch for this, you've seen me do this for 20-some years, is if there's like a tree nearby, a little planter, I put the front wheels up on the tree. My cart is not going to blow across the parking lot and hit somebody. I'm going to leave it in a spot where it can't do any harm. But no, if I have a bunch of kids and a bunch of groceries, and remember, I didn't say this before, she lives in Southern California where people are waiting to take your shit. I would not do it. I'm not doing it.
But also there's people arriving, and sometimes when I'm unloaded and people are just getting out of the car, I'm like, hey, do you need a cart?
Sure.
And I hand it off to the next person.
I would do that too. I will give it to someone. I will put it in a way that's not going to go across the parking lot. But no fucking way am I going to return a cart when I got a bunch of groceries and a bunch of kids. It's not worth it to me. Now,
you know what? She needs to park closer to where she can return her cart.
Oh my God. You guys are putting way too much thought into this cart thing. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
It sounds like she's just coming up with excuses. I just named like 5 things that she could do.
Well, I'm just letting you know that she was adamant about who cares about the cart. My groceries and my kids are more important than the cart. I agree with that. I'm not going to let it run into somebody, but I don't give a shit about the cart. You know what? I'm creating a minimum wage job for $22 an hour for somebody who now gets to walk the parking lot and collect the carts.
They already do.
Then I'm promoting their job. I'm helping the economy more than you are,
they
job
have
killer.
Them.
You put the cart away yourself, you're a job killer. That's what you're doing.
Oh my God. Hey, you know what I tell her? It gets your steps in.
Wow, get your steps in. I'm going to call bullshit on that. All right, what else was there? I try to follow celebrities. I try to mimic them. I when they suggest something, I run out and do it right away because I'm not a leader, I'm a follower. I always have been my whole life. I've always pretended to be the guy out in front, but it's never been the case. I've always bent the knee to those who are famous because obviously if they're famous, they're right. and they know what they're doing. And Chuck Norris is no exception for me. And today I saw a post from him where he's pointing. Do you see what Chuck Norris is saying right here? Let's go to the drag and drop section of the program. And we're dragging and we're dropping. That's why we call the drag and drop section. Chuck Norris says, do this in the morning and stay fit after 60. Well, I got to be honest with you. I'm not quite 60 yet, but I do want to stay fit. I do want to lose some weight. And if that means that I have to find some hot older chick in a red bikini and hold her hand walking down the beach, I'm doing it. And not because I want to be holding hands with a hot older chick in a red bikini. No. I am simply complying. I'm simply being obedient to what Chuck says.
Nice AI pictures of those 60-year-olds in that thing.
Why do you judge? What is wrong with you? You just, you're just so full of anger. Here I am trying to follow what Chuck's saying to do here. I'm trying to better myself.
And by the way, Chuck doesn't look like that right now.
Okay, are you just here poking? Okay, my show is a balloon that you keep trying to take a pin to. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we should all be like Chuck. There you go. All right, so
I call bullshit.
You can call bullshit all you want. So you guys know we talk about this all the time. When there's certain articles that come across the screen when I'm going through my phone or going through some show prep or looking for some stuff that's interesting, and a lot of them I don't click on because they're bullshit. We used to have a section of the show called bullshit. I show you guys the things, so I didn't even click on this, the picture, the word. Fucking, I'm not doing it. A bunch of bullshit. However, there was a topic that came across the screen today that was near and dear to my heart. And I think near and dear to all of us. And I think there was a few things in there. There's probably 30 things. I think I got about 5 or 6 of them for us that I thought were important. A little bit of nostalgia, a little bit to let the younger generation in on how we behave and why. And I think it's an important topic. And it is, of course, ice cream. The hard-hitting topics here at Gen X Talks live stream. So this was a good one, and I think my wife has put this up before, but tell me that's not true. Tell me that picture, it doesn't matter if it's vanilla or it's chocolate. Tell me right now, looking at that, raise your hand. How many people can taste that spoon?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could get you get the flavor of vanilla maybe 3 bites in.
The ones we used to get in school had the little fudge down the side and,
But it didn't matter. You still tasted that stupid stick.
That was okay.
Three bites in, you were just like, this is what it was a tongue depressor from the nurse's office as far as I was concerned. So that was one for ice cream. What's another one for ice cream? Yeah, I got to tell you, I almost didn't bring this picture up. I almost didn't want to talk about this. In fact, I do not want to talk about it because I did click on it. I did look at some comments. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is real. I do. I'll have to defer to you fine folks on this one. But there was a flavor. See little things, this little sticker says strawberry, little sticker says that. Look at, what does that say? Breast milk.
Ew, what the hell?
Breast milk.
How do we know what it How would we know that's what it tastes like?
I don't know. Who would want it? Who would order that? That has to be a Gen Z, vegan, purple hair. I can't figure out which bathroom to use, liberal Democrat that came up with that and that buys it. There's no way. There's no way some red-blooded American in Texas going, yeah, give me a triple scoop of that breast milk. Fuck that. Nobody would do that. I don't know. I don't know about that too much, but that was a real picture, a real thing, and I'm really ugly about it. I'm telling you.
Maybe it's being funny.
It's behind the glass for sale.
But maybe somebody just named it that just to be funny.
All right. So here's one. Now, I'm not saying...
What's the brown one? What they name the brown one?
I don't want to go back. Stop it. I'm not saying this is a picture of my wife, because clearly it is not a picture of your queen. But I need to tell you, and I think we would all agree, that when our wives have a craving for something, nothing matters. There's no excuse you can offer them, is there? If your wife says, whoa, I'd really like to have an In-N-Out burger, and you look at her and say, well, we're in Wyoming. We are 1,000 miles away from it. That's not a good answer. That is not an acceptable reply. Okay. Knowing that that's the premise of this conversation, And we're still on the topic of ice cream, and now we're bringing my wife into it. This is very much how she behaves with this stuff, because McDonald's is always telling you, our ice cream machine's down, our ice cream machine is down, our ice cream machine. It's world famous. There's been articles written about it. And what does she do? She'll open up, fucking show me. McDonald's employee, the ice cream machine is broken. And my wife would, show me. Show me the fucking thing's broken, asshole, because I need, what is it you get there, that dip cone?
Oh, yeah, the chocolate dip cone.
The chocolate dip cone. When she wants a chocolate dip cone, God damn it. And the next 5 McDonald's, all the same thing. That would be your queen prying those things open and going, prove it. Show me. Don't make me come around to the door. I'm just telling you, when she's got a craving like that, she has class and style. She projects a certain amount of decorum in the situation until she's having a craving, and then it's kind of like all bets are off. I'm not sure how many of you do this yourself or have a significant other that does this, but I'm telling you, this is how it goes in my world. All right. This has been up before on a few things, but I thought it was worth repeating. Because it's so true, and I never thought about it till I saw this meme. I saw this, I think, years ago, but it was in my ice cream thread. He says, I can't believe we used to eat ice cream out of a toilet paper roll. You guys realize that's what those push-ups are, right? Those are toilet paper rolls just covered in red and blue, yellow dots, and we ate them. We didn't care at all. It was like, well, there's ice cream out of a toilet paper. Man, fuck it. I just want the ice cream. Tell me that isn't the most Gen X thing ever. Not only should we drank out of garden hose. Yeah, so what? We ate ice cream out of a toilet paper roll. True story. I don't know if you guys there's a bunch of kids going, that didn't happen. That's a made up picture. You guys didn't really do it. Bullshit.
Those were great.
And we liked it.
Orange sherbet. Nobody has sherbet ice cream anymore. Sherbet ice cream's bomb.
It was good, yeah. So thought I'd bring that up for you. What's the other one there? Let me see what this one is. Yeah, okay. This one has less to do with the stupidity of the sign. I got to be fair here. What I'm bringing this to your attention is I showed this picture to my daughter. All right? I think we all know which daughter. If you guys follow the podcast, you know exactly who I'm talking about. If you guys have been at the barbecues, you've met her in person. I think we all know who I'm talking about. I showed her this picture. She didn't understand what was wrong with the picture. She didn't. She just looked at me. I go, did you read everything? She goes, yeah. I go, do you see what's funny about it? No. Do you see what's wrong with this? No. I said, okay, you can go. And off she drove to work. Here you go. Ready? Pay attention to this and see if your child would get it. All right? There's your picture. How would you like your ice cream served? Remember, we're on the topic of ice cream. Plain cone, sugar cone, waffle cone, and the last one is pine cone. And they put a pine cone up there. And she read it to me. I go, how do you get the ice cream? She goes, plain, sugar, waffle, or pine. And I said, what is pine? She goes, it's probably a pine-flavored cup. I go, you don't think that could be a joke? She goes, well, I don't get it. I go, it's funny because it's all cones and there's a pine cone. She goes, so it's not flavored? It's not pine-flavored? And I said, you just need to go to work. You need to leave right now and go to work, and you don't need to come back. True story. All right. So
that's funny.
All right, the last one, I'm going to tie some things together here because that's what gifted and talented and trained broadcast professionals do. But tie something together for you. We have had male etiquette. Remember some things you do and don't do as a guy. We had male bathroom etiquette. This ties into the last one for ice cream. But if you're, I'm going to play it for you. I'm going to show you right now. You ready? This ties into the segues, all the stuff we've been doing for the past few weeks. How to eat a popsicle in a room full of men if you're a guy. He takes a knife and cuts it off. That is badass. This mofo got it going on. I'm going to mimic this guy. I may even get the black shirt and the chain because it fits. And he got his little knife there. That is the way, if you're a guy, you eat a popsicle in a room full of other men. If you ask me why, I need you to leave the program. If you don't understand why this is the correct behavior, leave. And for those of you who don't know what's going on, just write this down. Okay, make a mental note on my phone. If I ever have ice cream popsicles in front of other men, this is the way the general says that. Yes. I'm just relaying this information from this dude who's got it going on. Just let's tie all that together and be happy about it, shall we? Good. All right. What do you have between the sheets? Anything, honey, when you get caught up there?
Alrighty. Hector Peck from Facebook. Wish I was in the mainland. I'd be looking for that coin right now. And by the way, Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens.
Yeah.
We still biting the dust.
Biting the dust. All right. What else?
Samuel Pancake re-upped his membership. He is an extra. And that is it at the moment.
Now, save your money. Don't donate today. Because in 2 days, the Thursday Bottom of the Glass show is your queen's birthday.
Oh, Lord.
That's the big one. All right. We'll save it for then. All right. So I want to tell you something that happened. And there's two things that's going to go. We'll just go with this one. As you guys know, those of you that have been members of the program for a long time, you guys know that we're on our 3.5 years now that the kid's been doing this stuff. And he's just now getting interested people that are fans of the program, that are sponsors, like, hey, we don't mind spending a couple bucks. Can we work out some sort of a thing to do some stuff? And the kid's like, yeah, we could figure some stuff out. And so he's trying to manipulate things. So anyway, we'll get into that later. But he also started getting pushback. Not a lot. When I say a lot, I think it's a lot because if 20 people get pissed, I think everybody's mad, even though there's a million that aren't mad. The 20 that are mad seem to bother me. I don't know. It's a Gen X thing or maybe it's a dad thing. Either way. So he got hate mail. Yeah. And hate comments left and right and left and right. He's a sellout. And I want to tell you, it hurt his feelings. It did bother him. He's like, so he came to me. He's like, everyone's calling me a sellout. And if you look at it from a kid's point of view, you finally get 3 years you've been working on something. You got Gen X Talks, you got the ambush videos. You finally get to a point where someone says, hey, we're big fans of the show. We have an advertising budget. We can spend a couple bucks here and there. Not even a lot, just a little bit, just a couple hundred here and 200 there. Can it help you out? Yeah, it'd help out a lot. And then to have everybody pile on the kid and say he's selling out. So I know a lot of you saw the video because he asked me about it and I gave him my opinion. But I want to tell you, thank you to all of you who commented on this video because it's up on everywhere. It's up on all the channels, all the platforms. And the video is doing very well for him. It's doing fine, good. But the comments that thousands across everything of you guys commenting back, it was by the first part of it was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Thank you guys for reinforcing his belief that he can try to do something. Here, I want to play you part of that video for you. I hope you guys can hear it. I didn't check the volume on it. I probably fucked that up. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see where it is. Hold on. Stand by, citizens. All right, I'll play it twice if you don't hear it, but let's see if it plays. Ready?
Do you ever wonder what a Gen X thinks? Welcome to Gen X Talks. And Dad, after 3 years of Gen X Talks, I finally have people interested in sponsoring me.
Fire up. Can I stop being your bank now?
No. The bad part is people are unfollowing me and leaving because they say I'm selling out.
So
am I a sellout if I get sponsored?
Do these people that are complaining have regular jobs?
What do you mean?
Do these people that are writing you comments like this and emailing you, do they have regular 9-to-5 jobs they go to?
I mean, I guess so. Why?
Okay, so it's okay for them to go make money and get paid for what they do, but you're not allowed to get paid for what you do?
I mean, I guess I didn't really think of it that way.
Yeah, well, don't let the window lickers get you down. You got to remember, these are the same type of people, the ones that are complaining. They go to a party and leave and no one even notices they're gone. So who cares?
So you think I should allow sponsors?
Well, do they like what you're doing?
Yeah.
Do they have good products?
They do.
Well, then I say yes. Actually, to be truthful, I'm in favor of anything that gets you out of my back pocket.
So do I have to start paying you back for what you've given me?
I'd settle for you just leaving me the fuck alone.
Yeah, Dad, that's not going to happen.
I figured. All right. Did you catch that? That was the best explanation I could give him on how he should try to handle and deal with people. He's actually using the link to that video because on other videos, people are just bashing him about shit. He's going, oh, yeah, well, look at this. And then he links it to him, which, of course, then he links it to him, and I'm calling him a window licker and someone who leaves the party. No one knows that I'm downplaying any asshole. I'm just letting you guys know how I felt about it. Those are my answers. Thank you guys for all the response on that for the kids video. I found it where he got it. I drug it in here just to play it, but not that we needed to play it here. It's getting a lot of airtime everywhere else, but it really was something that hit him hard. to have people say he was selling out because he didn't understand what the definition of selling out was, which we talked later about. And I told him, I said, if a sponsor comes in and tries to give you money and change what you say and change what you do, I would consider that a sellout. I'm sure there's many different definitions. But the fact that so many people came in here and said, you're making money on this? Fuck it, I'm out. I go, find those assholes and fucking block them. Never, ever let them come back. And he goes, well, but Dad, they're followers. We're going to lose subscribers again. I said, those fuckers, I wouldn't have them in my house. I wouldn't have them in my backyard. Fuck those guys. And there's all sorts of reasons why they feel that way. And, you know, they're jealous, or they just got something angry going on. They just want to say something negative. Oh, you fucking sold out. You had an advertisement. He's not sitting there fucking holding up a can and going, you should buy this. He doesn't do that. Yeah, anyway, thank you guys for all of the kind words on the videos for that one. And some of you, I've noticed some of you, thank you for this. Some of you have followed some of those assholes on other platforms and other videos, and when someone says something like that unkind, you guys have stepped in and replied and said, go fuck yourself. Leave the kid alone. If he's finally doing something, let him make a couple bucks, asshole. What are you doing with your life? What does your channel look like? Oh, that's right, you don't have one. Thank you guys for stepping up. I didn't ask you guys to do it, but I really am happy. And I remember the names of the people that did that, so thank you for doing that. Gen X Mom, what do you got?
Let's see. Heavy hard drive, $5. I need a scoop of titty milk ice cream and one toilet paper roll orange sherbet, please.
Scoop of titty milk and a toilet paper roll of orange sherbet coming up, heavy hard drive.
That is it right now.
For Christ's sake, that was funny. All right, so you saw...
General, if we want to reach Gen X Kid, how do we do that?
Gen Z Kid at genxtalks.com. Also, if you're not sure of the email, go to genxtalks.com. Scroll genxtalks.com. Scroll to the bottom. There's a little tab that says staff, and then you click on it, and it has all of the pictures and their email links right there, so you never get the spelling wrong. But it's Briggs at genxtalks.com now, and Gen Z Kid at genxtalks.com. So there you go. Now you guys know how to get there, and people can be putting up. Moderators can put up the link to that on all the platforms. Good moderators will. Bad moderators won't. Now you know which moderator you have. That's right. All right, let me go back. Getting going here. Oh, yeah, confirming reports. Let's go back to this before we go to another drag and drop section. Confirming reports. You guys saw the barbecue. You saw the live stream. We had to turn, we have the studio cam in here. We had 2 hours of you guys watching all of us in here. We were drinking and fucking around, but no microphone, which is a blessing. You don't want to hear that shit. But then we turned on the microphones and we went live, and the Loomis Cartel guys were here. Larry was here. Cigar Scotty was here. Houdini was sitting in. Low Torque was here. The Kid was here. David Black was fucking everything up. No, that's not true. David Black was pouring drinks for everybody, keeping us all internally lubricated. And I'm confirming this because I got some questions asked today. Yes. I can't even describe to you Low Torque's humor. I can't even tell you. This guy's deadpan. And I'll tell you two stories, one from a while ago and then the one that happened. We were all driving in Vegas one time. This is a couple years ago. And we just happened to pull up to an intersection because I used to live in Vegas, and I told the story. Sitting in a car, no radio going, nobody really talking, long light at the Strip. And I was telling a story about years and years ago. I had pulled up to that very intersection right across the street, and it was hot, and my AC wasn't working, my windows were down, and this hooker was talking to me, and I'm like, I don't, no, thank you. Stay on the park bench, where she was on a bus bench, waiting for a bus, and she walks over and she opens the car door to get in my car. It was a clever story, but and I told the story, and everybody laughed for a second, and then from the back seat, about 8 seconds after the car got quiet again, Low Torque said, "Man, I hate aggressive sales. I don't think I'd laugh so hard in my whole fucking life. I mean, this isn't a vacuum cleaner salesman going door to door that when you open the door, he puts the vacuum cleaner inside the door where you can't close the door. This was a hooker getting in my car, and he goes, same thing, man. That's aggressive sales. I don't like that." So that's his humor. So we did a big toast last night. Everybody been drinking. We're on a 12th or 13th shot. And we kind of went around the room on something to be thankful for. And I said, hey, I'm thankful for you guys showing up. And Scotty's, yeah, thankful for being here. And Larry's like, hey, thanks for Gen X Talks. And everybody had a little something to say. And the last, as we're starting to drink, Low Torque from the corner of the room, he goes, thank God that syphilis is going away. And out my nose it came. I haven't had whiskey come out my nose in years or spit it out. I can usually just force it down and keep laughing. And guess what? 2 years ago when I lost the whiskey through my nose, Low Torque was the guy who did it then too. I can't remember what he said 2 years ago, but he was the last guy to do it. I don't know what that his comedic timing is genius. And the things he says, he waits till we're all drinking so the room's quiet. Everyone's just taking their shot. And then he delivers his line and everybody was dying. I think three of us, myself and two others, spit it out. Everybody else choked it down, and our eyes were watering for like 20 minutes. That's Low Torque. You got to love the guy. So just so you guys know, it's true. The
Everybody's
whiskey,
asking how your nose is.
it burned. Recover? It burned a lot. It was horrible. I'm okay now, but Jesus. And Low Torque has no care for that. He takes no responsibility. He doesn't care that I was in pain. He doesn't care that he could have damaged me to the point of when there would have been no Bottom of the Glass Nation show.
Low Torque was my knight in shining armor that night.
He always is. Every time he comes here, he walks around finding something that you need done, and then he does it, and he does it better than anybody else. Low Torque follows you around like a puppy dog. You pat him on the head, and he's the hero. Okay, I'm no more talk about Low Torque. Fuck that guy.
Everybody's saying thank you for broadcasting the barbecue. It was amazing. They thought it was really, really great.
It was a funny show. That was one of the great shows that we did. We went 2 hours drinking. It was a lot of fun. So thank you guys for participating. It's getting a lot of play afterwards too. People are going back and watching it. And it's spreading it around. Appreciate that. So there you go. All right.
Let me do some sheets. You hydrate.
I will hydrate.
Kel Riken, member for 13 months. An extra. John Morgan, $5.
Kel was the first one to find the first golden coin, just so you guys know.
All right.
Kel and his wife.
John Morgan, $5. I think the titty milk ice cream should have a picture of where the milk came from.
Do you know what someone sent me a picture of?
I have no idea.
You know how they have stress balls?
Yes.
There's stress balls in the shapes of boobs with nipples. And I've seen those before. These say calm your tits right on them.
Becca Rowland, $9.99. I'm fixing to have my carpal tunnel surgery redone from December, so I don't know how I'll feel for Thursday's show. If I don't make it, happy birthday, Mama X. Thank you so much, Becca. Heavy hard drive, $2. Can I get a motorboat discount on that titty milk?
I think if you motorboat the whole thing of titty milk, you got to buy the rest of it. Ain't nobody following you scooping that out. No, you own that shit.
Scott Royston, member for 8 months. Enjoy being here. Praying for Briggs. Thank you, Mods. Thank you, Handsome General. And to Mama X for having a great channel, for doing what you do and just being you.
Okay, Scott, see, you were doing great until you started praising the Queen again. All right.
Sweets is at it again.
She did not get this.
That $2 hoe is...
I never said anything. How could she get it?
Low Torque.
Oh my God, she got it. The $2 whore, the little face you see right here. Wait, or is it right? Bump, right there. There is the $2 whore in there. He's in there a few more times. But yeah, it's Low Torque. How did she get that? How does she know that? She's right. Sweets is batting. Her batting average is in the high 600s right now. She's really doing well.
Via con Dios, welcome to being an extra. He's been floating around in here, and he just became an extra tonight. So
yeah, but his name means goodbye.
Does not. Go with God.
Yeah, it's goodbye. It isn't come with God. Hello, God. It's goodbye, God. Via con Dios. Go with God. You're leaving.
Oh, my God.
It's just kind of funny. I became an extra. Goodbye. I mean.
Christopher Sevick, $2. What's the latest on the Chris Cuomo interview?
True story. I just got the update on that today. She said it's scheduled for this Friday, but it may get bumped. And she said, it's going to happen. This is from his producer. It says, and it just, if there's nothing big, if there's a big news story on Fridays, then they don't go with the happy, sappy, go lucky stuff. They do the news. But if it's kind of a light news cycle, they like to end the week. That's what she told me. So I did get a message from her today that it is supposed to be Friday. I think that's going to be, it could just be 5 minutes. Let's be clear on that. If it's 5 minutes and they're like, okay, we're done because they're not having a good time, they move on to something else. But if it's good and there's questions and we're laughing and Chris and I are talking, it can go. You can go as long as like 11 minutes. I think is their limit. Yeah, Gen X mom.
Patrick Wilson on Facebook gave $50. Take everyone out for dinner.
Well, thank you.
That was very nice.
And 50 is only going to feed my fat ass. I don't know what you guys are eating.
It's only us tonight. The kid's gone.
So just the Chris thing is going to happen. I'm really looking forward to it. No politics, no bullshit. Just talking about Gen X, just talking about the comedy, the humor, the ambush videos. I'm really looking forward to it, and I think that's a great segue into some other stuff. So I'm looking forward to doing that a lot with Chris. So thank you for asking, and we did get an update today, and we'll see where it goes. All right, can I go back to my show now? I got stuff, man.
Well, Jeffrey Montgomery has a news question for you. All
right, I will try to answer.
What do you think of the attacks, and that's in quote, on Fasifa, whatever his name is, that have been happening recently?
Okay, if you're talking about the verbal assaults that he endured, or you're talking about the physical things that the people in the real world move in that direction, I do understand their frustration. Oh, we should just play this like the Democrats do. When someone begins to get physically attacked or, threatened by their house and say, we should just do what the Democrats do. Well, we don't condone that. But what did you expect people to do? How did you expect them to react when you behave this way? And we don't condone that, of course. We don't endorse that. But really, what did you expect? I mean, they're in the right. They're just passionate about, you did fuck everything up, and they're passionate about their cause. I don't think we should blame them, arrest them, or get them in trouble, because there is physical things moving that direction, and some of them are fake. They're made up, and some of them I believe are real. And I think we should just treat it like the Democrats. Well, as they're burning Portland to the ground, well, these are mostly peaceful protesters. But what did you expect? What's the rule? What did Democrats say? Well, I don't know what you expected these people to do. You pushed them so far. This is the reaction. I think we should be able to use that line also. I hope that answers your question, because we can get into, if you're talking about just the attack stuff, how they just beat him into the ground and they're like, you fucked up, you lied, and we caught you. You did. And they stone cold, that dude's dead to rights now. It's over. He can't talk his way out of anything anymore, ever. He's done. No story. The only people who are going to believe any bullshit story from him ever are people that have blinders on, that want to believe it, because any rational human being is going, fuck you, we're done. There are Democrats pissed, liberals going, you fucked us? We stood behind you. You fucked us. We'll go into more of that as it develops, but good question there. All right, can I be done now? Can I go my next thing? I got stuff to say.
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right. So yeah, there's more stuff here. I don't want to burn up all the shows on some of this stuff, but I can't let some of it go. I really can't. Where did it go here? I had some put away. There was that one put away. Come on, man. I had some stuff stacked out there. I couldn't have lost it. Hold on, the dragon. There's one. I'm gonna grab one. So you guys remember we've done a few. I don't want to swamp the whole thing with the AI. Remember we were doing AIs for your name, for my name. You guys, Pukey McFisty. We tell the AI, generate a picture, a drawing, an image, and we give them your stupid names that you guys come up with. Pukey McFisty was this kid going like this with puke coming out of his mouth. So there's some very reasonable similarities to these things. And I always had you guys guess. I can only see on my screen, I can only see the YouTube comments going by. So if you guys get it on other channels and you need to, here's one. Ready? I want to show you this one. We'll paint this as part of the drag and drop. Okay. Who's this? Come on. Who's this? Anybody? I'm going to wait. If you guys,
I know who that is. That's awesome.
If you guys can't get this, come on. I'm looking on there. Come on, Facebook, Rumble. You guys got to know. But I want to see it over here. I got to see something come across my screen on YouTube right now. That's just the screen I happen to be on. Come on. Tell me who this is.
I think YouTube would be the only one that would know.
No ads. Okay, come on. No, Disney Mama, you cannot guess. Sammy Joe. There it is. King Wisenau, go smoke a toad. Isn't that fucking clever? Come on, man. Schmicky! Isn't that fucking great?
That one's awesome.
That one's really fucking good. I'm telling you, some of these were a lot of fun to do. Now, I had other ones.
I like her jacket. It says Toad Girl.
I dig that part. Now, where did I hide these other ones? I had some put away. I had like 4 I wanted to show today. God damn it. Where the fuck? What's wrong with me?
Wow. Broadcast professional here.
Well, no, we did that one, did that one, did that one. Well, here's one I wasn't going to show, but since I can't find the other ones. All right, who's this? Everybody knows. Come on, you guys tell me who it is while I look for the other ones.
He's here.
He's in here. Yeah, I saw him. I saw his name go by. He's here.
He's on YouTube.
Somebody tell me who it is. Come on now. You know, and you know I know. So now we all know.
That is funny.
That, everybody. Come on, let me look on YouTube. Anybody? Seriously? Well, drop him right, Sam. Yeah, because that is Sam in the background. That's it, Samuel Pancake. That's what the AI version came up for him. I had a bunch of other ones. I had like 5 to show you, and they're gone. I don't know what I did with them now.
They're there. You just can't see them.
I don't know. My screen is hiding them from me today or something. But
come on, man.
I know. I don't know what the gig
Get your
is.
act together.
God,
I thought you were prepared tonight.
I was totally prepared, man.
You were even prepared early.
I know. I was.
Obviously not.
All right. I'm going to put a picture up on the screen. And I'm going to. Can you man this phone for me? Can you do this? Can you just look and see who comes up on the trivia?
Lord have mercy on my
You know
soul.
what? Don't sass me, woman. This is your job.
What?
You heard me.
Via con Dios, $4.99. It means if we must part, I hope you go with God. May the best of your yesterdays be the worst of your tomorrows.
See? That's what I'm telling you, man. All right, so I'm going to show you guys something here. I'm going to put up a picture. Boom, 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 boom. And what you have to do, let's get this clear. Let's find out. Okay, here it is. There's the phone number you have to text. It's a Gen X Talks phone. We check it every day. You guys send messages. I try to reply. You guys send pictures and stuff. I say thank you. But I'm going to show you a picture. Write this number down. You have to text.
Put your name and your answer.
Name and your answer, and if we say you won, then text back with your address. We have to send a prize to you somewhere. We got a couple prizes, so we'll go with, let's say, the top 2. Top 2 people. The first 2 people with the answer. Don't bother putting it in the comment section. You're not going to win. Don't email it. You're not going to win. You have to text it. It's a Gen X Talks phone. It's a real phone. It's a real number. It's a real question. I'm going to put up a picture on the screen. And you guys have to tell me what this is from.
What this is from?
Yep. It's something very Gen X. And you have to, if people will know, it's one of those pictures where you put it up and say,
how am I going to know if it's the right answer when I don't even know what the picture looks like? You didn't give me the answer.
No, I didn't. But if you don't know, there's a problem. All right, hang on. I will dim the mics for a second. Ready? All right, we're back. And really, I should have just said, if you don't know what it is, turn in your Gen X card. That's what I should have told you. All right, I'm going to put it up. It's one of those pictures where you say, if you know what this picture is, your childhood was great. That's one of those.
What the hell is wrong with the thing? It just went dark.
Because you got to sit there and, if you want to keep it up, you got to play with it. If you let it sit there, it's just going to go dark.
What? Oh, I think I know what it is.
Come on, man.
You know what? Shut your mouth tonight.
What'd you just say to me?
Shut your mouth.
I do not think you know who you are talking to.
Oh, I know who I'm talking to.
You'll never speak to me like that again.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Mm-hmm. Here comes a picture. Text the answer.
Let's go.
What's it relating to? That's all you get.
Wow. They have to be descriptive of that?
I know what it was. The moment I saw it, I knew what it was. The moment I saw it.
I'm manning the phone.
I knew exactly what this was.
Holy mackerel.
I knew exactly what this was from. And it's a tough one. It is a very tough one. But if you grew up with this, you know exactly who that is and why he's hitchhiking and why he's trying to get away. Everybody knows.
Okay, I have a 786. What happens if they don't put their name?
Then you move on. They have to give their name and the answer. That's what you told them. That was the rule. Give your name and the answer so we can say who you are.
Johnny O.
Johnny O said.
Johnny from Ohio, The Incredible Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk. That's Bill Bixby. That's right.
And
that was part of the Incredible Hulk series.
Hold on. Let me do this.
Who else?
Oh my gosh, there's so much pressure here.
Yeah, and you got to go to the first one.
I know. I'm looking for a name in Christopher Seavick, The Incredible Hulk.
That's right. So those two people, Johnny and Christopher Seavick, please text back with your address. We got to send you some stuff. A couple things in there. So that was a good way to go, right? That worked out well. I told you it would. All right, so going back to the last thing of the drag and drop part of the program, please remember that Gen X Mom's birthday is coming up. You guys love your queen so much. It's June 6th. It's just around the corner. It's going to be during a live show. If you guys just want to send her an email, genxmom@genxtalks.com, wishing her a happy birthday. That is completely acceptable. You can do that. I like
those. Send me an email. That's awesome, too, yeah.
I don't know whether I showed you guys this last time or not, but we do the polls on YouTube in the community section, and we did greatest band of all time, greatest frontman of all time, best drummer of all time. We do all sorts of stuff. Best muscle car of all time. These are so much fun to do. We did ugliest production cars. And it had to be a production car you could actually buy. It couldn't be a one-off. Can't be a custom job. There's the winners for ugliest production car on the Gen X Talks polling. You guys seem to love the polling. In fact, if I'm late with helping the kid do the polling, you guys start knocking, hello, where's the poll? So that was at City Car. That City Car won. Cybertruck got second place. Pontiac Aztec was the third ugliest car, and then the Fiat Multipla. And I'll have to do this for you where you can see it. Just take a look. There's a close-up of the City Car.
The number one, the City Car, who made that?
That, if I remember right, that is an electric car in Europe.
Okay, so they're not
very common. No, but it was still Europe, and we have a lot of people from across the pond. Cybertruck, that was the number 2. Pontiac Aztec, and the Fiat Multipla. The reason I'm showing you the Fiat Multipla in the way that I'm showing you, do you see the other headlights? Do you see how it's got 2 headlights below the windshield? That just blew my mind that someone did. They got headlights out front, headlights under this bubble duck bill nose looking thing, and a stupidly tall winch. I agree that should have been on the list, but there you go. So that was in the drag and drop section. We'll come to an end on that one. All right, I lost some of the pictures. We had more things to go. Okay, one last thing to show you. I'm not going to show you. I'm going to make it a poll. No, I'm going to make it a poll. I'll show you the picture.
That is so rude.
I'm going to show you the picture, but I'm going to make it a poll next week because I did something. I took time and I spent money to do something for my family, and my wife almost divorced me. True story. Okay. And we live in Bakersfield, California, and it gets hot. Hot as the sun. Some days are unbearable, and we have a big concrete deck around our pool that gets so hot that even at midnight, you can't walk on that deck. It's still that hot. You can put up an awning, you can put up an umbrella, and where there's shade, it'll drop it 30 to 40 degrees on that surface. That's how much it needs to not be in the sun. You got to put some shade on it. So one summer, like the second summer we were here, third, I built something. I wanted to try it. It wasn't a permanent thing. It was like, all right, let's see if this works. And if it does, I'll make something nice and permanent. So I bought some expensive sunshade and I put rings on it and headed up. I built it out of PVC and bungee cords. True story. I even went out into the pool. The pool has 2 places for umbrellas on the big step in the pool, and I found PVC pipe that would fit in those. And so my process, the tarp that I have, the sunshade, the awning I was building extended out into the pool. How custom is that? And she hated it. I mean, every day she wanted to go out there with a saw and cut it down. We got into arguments over this. Now I'm going to show it to you, but we're going to vote next week. We're going to put up a poll on if this was a good idea, and I'll explain it again next week. My intent, this was not the finished product. No. This was not the final thing. This was not the finished product. This was going to be what it was going to look like, made of wood or something decorative, something nice, but I had to do a prototype. Okay, ready? I'm going to put up 2 pictures and cover the screen because it won't matter. Drag and drop. We're getting into the program here. There's one. Okay? Are you guys starting to see this? This was in my backyard. Those of you who've been in my backyard, this was in the very beginning, and I built this, and I put it up in a way that it had huge coverage. This was you couldn't buy a canopy back then this big. You couldn't get the kind of shade I was offering until you made something yourself, and that was one of them. Here's the other one. Here's another angle. Same thing. Just let you guys know.
By the way, that's little Briggs right there in that one picture.
Oh, yeah? This is the other one. This is the other angle. Now, notice that I have it in the pool. It's lined out there, and it's in the pool, and it's mounted in the pool. It's in the umbrella holders. This provided such shade. This provided the whole end of that house was cooler. This was wonderful. And all she did every day that it was up was bitch and moan and complain at my engineering genius.
Look, the play set's there.
Yeah, there's no studio. The play set is gone. And this is when the kids were little, so they still use the play set. The play set is now gone in the studio.
And that's not Briggs in that picture. That's
another one who's the one we talked about living up in a car in the desert in Central Oregon. That's how he turned out. But back then, he was a normal, good kid thinking straight, and he went awry. But that's
all the men say it's awesome.
Yeah, it was genius, man. It was fuck. And then I was going to make it out of wood. I was like, okay, these are the dimensions. This is how it's going to work. It was going to be gorgeous. And she absolutely shit on me with this thing forever. There was no talking about it. And I'll tell you, the next year, if for any reason I was connecting two PVC pipes together, she would look at me and go, hey, motherfucker, that better be for the sprinklers. Because if you're going out in the backyard, you better be for the sprinklers. It's like, okay, relax. I got it. One summer, our house was protected. Could have been a custom job standing to this day, keeping all of us cool, lowering the electric bills. Could have been, except your queen, the person you hold in such high regard, has no vision. No vision at all. So, all right, we're done. That's it. That's all I'm showing you. We'll start off next week with the poll. We'll find out yes or no. Was it a good idea? Yes or no. Was it genius? Yes or no. And it's going to come down to me or her. And you guys are going to side with what's right. You know you're going to. All right? We clear on that?
All right. People are asking if you're going to Discord tonight.
Should I go to Discord tonight?
I think you should.
Okay. I got to get something to eat. I am really starving,
I'll take
Marvin.
care of that.
But if I get some food, I will go to Discord. We can hang out there. So everybody on all the channels, if you're on Rumble, if you're on either Facebook page, Facebook
put up
Blue,
that Discord link.
Put up on Facebook Personal, on YouTube. Put up if you have a good moderator, they will put up the Discord link, and we can all go there. The video chat rooms, we can hang out just like this. But you're going to see my big fat ass eating. I'm hungry. I've gone without today. My wife has abused me.
Sparky number 1, $10 for the General's Whiskey Fund.
There is a man after my own heart. You know who Sparky was?
Which one? Oh, wow. I just went blank on it.
Come on.
It was Chevy Chase in...
Well, that's true. Chevy Chase and all the vacation movies. He was Sparky. But before that, Sparky was Speed Racer's mechanic.
Oh, cool.
True story. All right, I got to get out of here.
What time are you going to go on Discord? Right away?
It is 7:20. You guys got to give me 10 minutes. Let me get my feet back under me. Let me grab something to eat, and just even if it's a snack to get going, I'll get my water and straighten my stuff out here. And then yes, I will be in Discord and we can shoot the shit. I'm telling you right now, if you fuckers go to Discord, don't take over the conversation. Every time I go into Discord, one fucker just talks the whole time. And I'm trying not to be rude, but Jesus Christ, take your turns in there. I don't mind talking to everybody. One fucker goes in there and just talks the whole time. Now, I tolerate it when it's a chick and she's dressed in a fashion that I don't mind. I tolerate a little more of that. But for all you dudes just going to run your mouth about stuff, shut up.
Would you tell Facebook people and Rumble what Discord is?
Discord is chat rooms. They're free. It's just we have a Discord server. Gen X Talks has a Discord server. They're just chat rooms. And there's one, you can go into one just texting, and it's about cars, and there's one about food, and there's all sorts of rooms in there. Just, you go in and talk about the topic. But there's also video rooms where we can all go in. They're kind of like a Zoom call, and it's free. You just got to log in with your email, and doesn't cost you nothing to go in. And sometimes there's 6 of us in there, sometimes there's 30 of us in there, and we just have conversations about stuff. And usually I'm doing a lot of listening, and you guys talk, and some guys, you got questions for me and stuff. We just shoot the shit, and I go in there once in a while and just hang out. And Trippy Dippy Pineapple runs our Discord server, so usually you guys can put up the link. But that's all it is we just hang out with each other in a big Zoom call. Just don't fucking dominate the conversation, all right? Okay, listen, I'm going to go. I'm going to put up the end screen for right now, and then we'll catch you guys later. But thank you guys for hanging out. We went a little bit long today, but I think that's okay. Gen X Mom, say goodnight, Gracie.
I will in a second, but I am inviting everybody to Thursday night, my birthday party. I want everybody to come.
We're having a birthday party? Where?
Here, I'm going to go live. And
so you want them to show up for the show?
Yes.
Okay, don't show up at our house. Those of you that have been to our house, she's not inviting you to a party. That's what it sounded like.
I come on here.
Okay.
Thursday is my birthday, and we'll all have a fun time.
I think so. It's going to be a fun time. I'm going to drink that night. I can't tolerate her on her birthday if I don't drink, but it'll be a lot of fun. So you guys do need to show up for that. That's Thursday, just 2 days away. The very next Bottom of the Glass Nation show. All right. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Where's Gracie? Goodbye, Gracie. Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie. That's what I wanted to hear. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for stopping by. If you had a little bit over an hour of your evening to waste, what better place to waste it than right here with Gen X Talks? Appreciate all of you tuning in from around the planet, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you listening to us on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember 2 things. Wherever you go, there you are. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side.